Sorry about the scratchy voice. Still doing a lot of coaching with a lot of young guys out here right now. But it's been good. Saturday was a good opportunity for our team to get out and just have a chance to get out in front of some fans and play against somebody different. They're sick and tired of playing against each other like most teams across the country right now. So they had an opportunity to get out there and play against a good willing team this past Saturday. We had a practice yesterday and took the day off here for media day, and we're just looking to obviously keep improving our depth from Saturday night. Obviously, a lot of you were there, saw that we have some young guys. They're still learning. The good thing about the injuries, if there's anything good to come out of the injuries with the two kids, and Chris Lutz was able to come back and play on Saturday, is that we've had the opportunity for some of these young guys to get a chance to really get coached and get a lot of experience. Coming up here the next 2 weeks here before we open up, it'll give our guys a chance here for another 2 weeks in practice here to hopefully be ready as we get started. We're looking forward to getting Markel and obviously Tyler Wilkerson back. Tyler Wilkerson will have his cast taken off on Wednesday, and then Markel Humphrey is shooting around right now. He's probably at least 2 more weeks away before we can put him in practice. Hopefully, we get him back running. But we're excited about the depth we have. We're excited about a lot of the new guys, as Brandon mentioned. I think the returning guys have gotten much better, gotten much stronger. Strength coach John Hark's done a great job with these guys this summer. It's going to be an exciting year, I think, in this league. By far, I think this has been, probably from afar since the change of the league, the best the teams have been probably in Conference USA from top to bottom. There's a lot of parity. Once you get past Memphis, obviously you get UAB, who's always really good, and Tulsa, who had a great year last year, returned a lot of guys. They won 25 games and won the CBI. So you're looking at a lot of very good teams. Southern Miss returns a lot of starters. You get some great coaches in this league. And so I think it's going to be a great year for our league. We're looking hopefully to get 2 to 3 teams in to the NCAA tournament. The one that surprised me the most, who is just learning to get practice habits right now, is Dago Pena. Dago, I knew I'd seen him play for a couple years, but high school and college is usually 2 different things. And the hardest thing sometimes is with kids is making the transition to being an everyday practice player, developing habits. And the hardest thing sometimes for those guys is to understand not to get bored with the process of everyday practice. And young guys do sometimes. But I think that he came out and obviously plays with great court savvy, has great court presence, and he has a great feel. Some things you can't coach, and he has a great feel for that. So he was probably the most surprising to me when the lights turn on. You always wonder, because we've had them the other way around, where they're great in practice, and they get in the games and they don't play so well. But I like him the other way, so that's been good. So we're just trying to, when you get young guys, that's what you go through. You're just trying to get guys to compete every day and understand the importance of the everydayness, getting ready to play. I think it's great. I think it's huge. I think it's the important thing in practice. The hardest thing about having those guys out in practice right now is the leadership. You've been here for a year. Those guys understand the intensity that's expected every day in practice, and without them there leading it every day, they've done a good job in talking it, but not showing it's a hard thing. So we're trying to teach habits with a lot of new guys right now on how to perform every day. That's what makes it hard. But it will be nice to have that depth down the road. We'll be able to play a little bit like how we want to play. Obviously, this is just a step towards what we're trying to do. We're in year 2. Really, it's like starting all over again because we've got 8 new faces in here, and obviously we have a couple other kids setting out. So really 10 new guys in the mist next year. So you're looking at a whole new start, and this team is young. I think our schedule, non-conference, gives us a great challenge early, gives our guys a chance to compete against some good teams that will be in the NCAA tournament, and I think it gives us a chance to get ready for conference play. So hopefully we can grow up quickly to be ready, because I know our league's going to be tough every night out. Great. The only transfer that's really played a lot of minutes in college basketball is Chris Lutz. And obviously you've seen him the other night. He was out 3.5 months this summer, and he's been out of practice. We've had 15 days of practice, and he's missed about 7 of those. So you've really saw Chris Lutz on a very short period of time of practice. And he can really shoot the ball, and he's had game experience and NCAA tournament experience. The night that I saw Chris Lutz play, he had 17 against Arizona his last game. So he's a very talented kid. He's done a great job in leading those others. He understands what it takes. Brandon Powell's been a part of a program, at Florida with the way we work and the way we play and what's expected, so he understands the intensity. And Tay Spann, it's been a little change for him. Georgetown plays different than what we play, and he's had 2 years of that. We hadn't really played, so it was good for him to get out there and play on Saturday. So I hope we're in a situation where we can play 10 in a lot of those games. You know, usually your bench ends up getting shorter as you get into league play. And sometimes it's guys you didn't think was going to be good enough to end up being good enough. So our rotation, you know, it's interesting. We're still trying to figure out who's who and where we can play guys. Every day in practice, we evaluate that, and we try to figure out how we can put guys in different spots. And the thing that excites me about this team is we got a lot of guys who got interchangeable parts. We can score on the inside, I feel, and we took 39 threes the other night just because we hadn't really seen a lot of zone. I don't like taking 39 threes, but I know we made 14 of them, but that's not going to happen on every night. You got to be able to rebound and get the ball inside, and you got to be able to defend and do all those other things to have a chance to win every night. It's true. I mean, obviously, being a veteran, as I tell freshmen all the time, I mean, I know we're not winning the national championship right now, maybe. I hope so. But, you know, the year we won the national championship, we started 4 sophomores, and only one of them had played the year before. 3 come off the bench. So sometimes experience is good, and sometimes it's bad. It just depends what kind of experience they've had. But these guys we have, it is good experience, and we do have to have from the big 3. You know, Terrell and obviously Markel and Tyler. Those 3 guys give us an inside presence that can compete in this league every night. The guard play is a big key, I think. I think we'll be fine there. Now we got some depth. We have a freshman point guard, and obviously Darryl can play the point guard as well, and Chris Lutz. Now we have some depth in the backcourt. Last year, our strength was inside, and we struggled to score from the outside, which made it difficult. But now we're more balanced. I think we can play more people, and hopefully we don't got to play Markel Humphrey 35, 36 minutes, Terrell Baines 35, 36 minutes. It's hard to do that in any league, and we had to do that last year for those guys. So, I mean, obviously the good news is you got some other guys who can score now, which makes him a better go-to guy because they have to respect the others. Last year we had a tough time if we had a couple game-winning shots that went down for us last year. We won a lot of close games, but everybody knew it was coming through Markel, and you had to go through Markel or it wasn't going to happen. And this year we have some different options that can make that happen, which can open up his game to a different level for us. We appreciate you all being here, and we're looking forward to getting the year started here in a couple weeks. Thanks so much.